Week 3 of the NFL may be noted as the week of the upsets. 3 AFC teams with high expectations, appearing to finish strong near the end of the season, lost on Sunday. More butt stuff is giving Mark Sanchez's butt fumble some competition. And the rapture may be here as the Jaguars and Dolphins are in first place of their divisions. Welcome back to the Brothers Chatter podcast.
How's that feel, McDermott?
It won't be for long.
All right, we'll see.
You better hope not. I saw something today.
It's Jacksonville. Cool.
Well, I saw something today where RG3 said that the Miami Dolphins were the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, technically,
that's
not wrong.
That's not wrong.
Yeah. But the way he said it, like it alluded to some other things. But speaking of talking about the Miami Dolphins, they swam into first place in the AFC as they upset the Buffalo Bills in a close one. While not the shootout.
No.
While not the shootout that was anticipated, the game came down to the last play. Down by 2 points. With time winding down, quarterback Josh Allen completed a pass to wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie, who attempted to gain extra yards, but came down inbounds. All right. As Allen got underneath center, the clock struck triple zeros. Some are blaming McKenzie for that extra effort, but when you look back in hindsight, a penalty had pushed them back, and so they were only at their own 41 yards. So you can't really blame him.
I mean, you can blame Josh Allen considering he completed a pass to the ground that was wide open in the end zone. So
that's the L right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I kind of understand why they were trying to get the extra effort, though. Kicker Tyler Bass is only 6 of 10 from 50-plus yards in his very short career.
I mean, maybe they shouldn't have got rid of... oh, no, that's the punter. Never mind. Maybe they should have let him come in as kicker. I don't know.
I don't want to take anything away from Miami because Miami has been looking all right. I mean, well, no, you can't say that because 28-3 to the Ravens, and the Ravens kind of choked that game out and allowed them to come back. And again, Miami's in a situation this week where if Josh Allen completes that pass, it's game over anyway.
Yeah. So,
and then, I mean, for McKenzie not to get out of bounds, like that's still, I don't think you're still kicking a field goal from that range anyway. So you're still going to get under center and have still a handful of seconds left to hope to God you get a quick out. And
don't get me wrong.
The best he could have done was caught it and went straight down.
Yeah, I like seeing Miami be successful, but again, Tua is Tua, and he's going to come back down to reality.
Yeah, people hyping up Tua is like giving Ryan Tannehill, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill, and I'm sure Ryan Tannehill is going to look fucking like a god. You can give, sorry Tim, Daniel Jones those two receivers, and he's going to look semi like a god. Bring Mark Sanchez back with those two receivers, and he's going to look fucking unstoppable. I mean, Tua isn't all that. Miami is going to come crashing down. It's just a matter of time. I say by week 9, week 10, they're going to be fucking 2-3 drop games in a row.
Yeah, I didn't see who they played this week because you could almost make a prediction. I could see them going down this week. This game confused me. I didn't get a chance to watch this one because I was at my boys' football games. What I didn't understand, Josh Allen threw for 400 yards and attempted 63 passes. They more than doubled the Dolphins' yards, 497 to 212, and more than doubled the time of possession, 440 to 1920. How was the score so close? I don't understand because there was no turnover.
One paper Bills win this game.
I don't understand.
They didn't finish drives.
Yeah, one paper Bills win. If you don't watch the game and you look at those stats, Bills win the game.
So what were they doing? Like, I don't understand because there was only one punt. So that's what I didn't understand is why there was no scores because I didn't see turnover. There was only one turnover and one punt or no turnovers maybe.
Are you sure there was only one punt?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Maybe I looked at the wrong one.
I mean, I'm saying 4th downs, going for it, didn't get it.
Missed field goals.
Missed field goals, stuff like that. I mean,
Maybe, yeah, that could be missed field
I
goals.
didn't get to watch like the full game. Like I was in and out of it, but I mean, the Bills still look good. It's just not finishing. And again, Josh Allen probably missed the easiest throw that he'll have this season to get the win. So,
well, we'll see. Sunday night football. Or no, I'm sorry. They play Thursday night against Miami.
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm calling
it. I think they get that win though. I'm not gonna say their loss starts on terrible looking Cincinnati team right now.
I'm calling it. Jamar Chase, 200 passing yard or 200 receiving yards, 3 TDs. I'm calling it.
Now, is it far fetched to say this could be a playoff game right there? The Bills and Dolphins again. I think the Dolphins. I think they make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Bills still win the division.
Yeah. I think Bills all around are built. Dolphins have that high-powered offense, but the defense. Look what they just allowed Josh Allen to throw again. You know, it's
kind of hard.
They still got to see Pat Mahomes. They still got. I mean, there's still a couple other good AFC quarterbacks in the mix that they got to come across. I don't think the Dolphins' defense is ready for how much the offense is. Yeah, they spent all this offseason on stacking that offense up and not focusing fully on the defense yet.
True.
They're getting there.
One more little fun point, as I kind of alluded to before we move on to the next game. Miami almost kind of lost the game for themselves because they had a little late blunder, punting deep in their own end zone. Punter Thomas Morstead kicked the football into the backside of one of his teammates, causing the ball to roll out of bounds, resulting in a safety. This took a lead that could have only been broken by a touchdown and led it to a point where, had the Bills had maybe 30 more seconds, could have kicked a field goal and won the game. So
it wasn't the best safety of the weekend, though. We're gonna give that to Jimmy G.
Yeah,
because finally Dan Orlovsky has, someone there with him as stepping out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And Mark Sanchez isn't alone now either. Thank you, Miami.
He's not alone. He's not alone.
Although, I mean, the butt punt. I mean, that's understandable. It's not like it was like a awful thing. I mean, the punter fucking kicks the ball. It ain't his fault. The dude fucking was.
I like the reaction of the player.
Tight quarters.
Yeah.
The reaction of the player was funny as shit. He just it was kind of like delayed, and he just like, what the fuck?
Oh shoot. Cincinnati gets their first win of the season as quarterback Joe Burrow tosses 3 touchdowns to cruise on past the New York Jets.
Thank you, Joe Burrow, for finally doing something and allowing my fantasy football team to win because you threw it to fucking Higgins.
Facts. Finally.
After almost giving up a 24-0 lead at halftime, the Tennessee Titans hold off the Las Vegas Raiders after their shutout in the second half. After posting a decent stat line in Week 2, wide receiver Mac Hollins was the most impressive player on the field with 8 catches for 158 yards and a touchdown. I don't know who the hell Mac Hollins was.
No. Did you see the meme of Devontae Adams? You seen the movie with Jaden Smith, Karate Kid, right? Where he's like, I hate it here. I want to go home. That's what they put his face on Devontae Adams.
That's a good one. What's wrong with her? Nothing to say. Hey, they won.
It doesn't matter. Next. Yeah, we won because they didn't complete the fucking 2-point conversion. And we didn't have to go into fucking overtime to lose, all right? There's nothing to be fucking excited about. All my fellow Tennessee Titans fans, I hope you guys realize it's going to be a long fucking year. Next.
The Carolina Panthers snapped a 9-game skid dating back to last season. Running back Christian McCaffrey carried the team once again as he had 108 rushing yards on 25 carries.
Surprised he hasn't
rookie wide receiver out of Ohio State, Chris Olave, broke loose for 47 yards receiving on 9 catches.
You said 27 yards receiving?
147 yards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, another guy who I've never heard of. Once again, I haven't watched college in a couple of years.
No, this game sucks. There's nothing.
Quarterback Lamar Jackson may have just thrown his name into the hat for the early season MVP candidate. Jackson accounted for all 5 of the Ravens' touchdowns, 1 rushing and 4 passing. He made up for 325 of their 394 total yards. While New England's veteran wide receiver Devontae Parker has finally made his presence felt for the first time this season. He had 156 receiving yards on 5 catches.
Can you give Lamar some fucking credit, man? Like, God
damn.
damn.
The fucking Patriots, dude. They're the worst team in the AFC East. They're one of the worst teams. And now they're going to be even worse because they don't have Matt Jones.
But Lamar has played fucking outstanding all fucking year so far.
Yeah.
Stop fucking
He's
hopping
playing
on.
pretty good. He's playing pretty good. I'm not hopping on his dick.
At least Baltimore didn't pay him $245 fucking million and to not produce. So
damn, can you stop choking on his black dick? My God.
Next.
Damn.
The Indianapolis Colts come from behind to upset Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs 17-10.
Finally,
Mahomes was visibly upset as the Chiefs failed to take advantage of a golden opportunity to extend their lead before the half. The Chiefs received the ball in their own 46-yard line after forcing the Colts to punt. Appears as if they wanted to push for some last-second points as they were calling timeouts when the Colts had the ball. But maybe a 10-yard holding penalty has kind of had the coaching staff thinking twice. We talked a little bit last week that the Chiefs, although they beat the Chargers, looked a little bothered. What do we think might be bothering the Chiefs?
The fact that the AFC East is not theirs for the taking anymore. They're
In the
feeling,
West?
they're feeling the West, yeah. They're feeling the pressure. The AFC West is a tough division. I know Oakland's playing shit, but
still tough though.
they're tough. You can't count them out. The Broncos, I mean, they're getting ugly wins now. But the team that I'd be scared the most about is the Chargers. But you can't count any of those teams out. Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs are feeling it in a previously shitty division, and now there's pressure.
I don't want to hear people say no Tyreek Hill. That's not the fucking problem. The fucking problem is they don't have a running game.
No.
So you're relying on Patrick Mahomes. And let's be honest, I think Tim said it last week. When you guys did this without me. But
you weren't available.
When Mahomes gets under pressure, he makes bad decisions. Every week, week in, week out. And my brother's a huge fucking Kansas City fan. He says the same thing. If Mahomes doesn't have the fucking pocket, he fucking makes dumb fucking throws.
Mm-hmm.
That has plagued him his entire NFL career so far, and it's still doing it. But now, where Tyreek Hill comes into play is you don't have Tyreek Hill to bail you out. Yeah. Tyreek Hill had that speed on them fucking 5-10 yard slants that Mahomes could fucking just kind of launch it his way, and he's usually open or has somebody by 2 steps.
Right.
Or
now he doesn't have that.
Yeah, how many times would they hand the ball off to Hill and he just take it around the corner and pick up a 70-yard touchdown out of nowhere?
I think it's time Kansas City realizes we have good pieces around us. We need to toughen up the defense a little bit, make some minor payments in the offseason, or maybe go for a trade this season. But they need a solid running back. Edwards-Helaire is not going to be that guy anymore. The injury has killed him, and he will not return from it. He has no signs of it. And to be fair, Indianapolis isn't awful. They did what Indy usually does, and they made a terrible decision. They didn't learn from the Phillip Rivers fucking time, and they went out and got another old fucking quarterback who's going to probably die or retire in a year. So they're dumb. They're not giving the ball to fucking Taylor like they should.
Right.
The line can't block for Taylor.
The line can't block for Taylor or for Ryan.
And their receivers, I don't know if you guys saw some of this game. Their receivers are slow as fuck.
Yeah.
And Kansas City,
good. Outside of Pittman, there's no one to throw it to.
But he's slow though. He's not a quick guy. So it's like Matt Ryan is a shell of what he was. Tennessee was playing during this game, so I was listening to my brother yell, and like I would switch between it sometimes just to like in between commercials. And let's see, Kansas City fumbled the ball on their own one. They had 2 special teams fumbles that really killed them in the beginning, but still at halftime was up 14-10.
Yeah.
and they were looking promising, and then they shit the bucket. So
here's
Kansas
something
City
I
is
just
tough.
thought of, and no one's really mentioning this, but we all remember who their star running back was not so long ago, right?
Who?
Right?
Kareem Hunt.
Uh,
Now, I remember when they let him go, that was amongst whatever. I don't even remember what the allegation was against him, but
he
Beat a
curb
woman.
stomped a bitch. Well, he kicked the girl, and to be fair, Kansas City thought it was going to be like one of those like Ray Rice situations where, or you're getting a big, but due to him kind of being justified somewhat in what he did, the NFL took it lighter on him, so they kind of did it for nothing.
because unlike a lot of people, I mean, he's still playing. I mean, he's not really doing
Yeah.
much right now because Nick Chubb's having a great season. But I mean, Kareem Hunt, I mean, he came out of nowhere. If we remember that week one of whatever year it was, Kareem Hunt just exploded. Everybody's like, who the hell's this guy?
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, it was a few years ago, but I'm sure they're missing someone like him right now.
Well, Andy Reid put his eggs in a basket on Edwards-Helaire to heal up.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity this offseason to get a couple decent running back. Leonard Fournette was available for fucking trade,
Yep.
and they didn't want to pull the trigger on it. Leonard Fournette would have been, that could be the missing piece for Kansas City.
Yeah,
That would have been a solid pick because he's not doing too bad in Tampa Bay.
Well, now it's too late. Beginning of the year, Tampa Bay was ready to get rid of him because they're like, we're not going to really need him this year. Let's kind of get rid of him while we can still get a decent price. But now that he's upping his fucking stock in Tampa Bay again, now his price range went back up, and now Kansas City can't afford that. They can't afford to give up anybody to get him now, unlike when they could have gave a fucking 4th, 5th round pick for that guy.
Yep.
I had a running back.
Yeah, and Fournette's not. I mean, Fournette's not what everybody thought he was going to be coming out of college, but he's been solid in the NFL. So the Minnesota Vikings rallied back from a 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter to defeat division rival, the Detroit Lions. Star wide receiver Justin Jefferson was quiet for the second week in a row, amassing only 3 catches on 6 targets for only 14 yards. Probably one of the bigger things about this game, running back Jamal Williams outgained teammate DeAndre Swift 22-10 and scored 2 rushing touchdowns.
Bullshit.
As many people know, Swift was the early season favorite, especially in fantasy football for that starting job, but Jamal Williams might be taking it from him.
Stop.
No.
DeAndre Swift.
Now you're clickbaiting.
Yeah. You are clickbaiting.
Have you been looking? I picked him up in fantasy football. Have you been looking at?
Swift has somewhat of a nagging injury.
Yeah.
Okay. He has you can tell when a running back or a receiver, quarterback, lineman, when they have somewhat of a nagging injury, their carries always drop a little bit. Look at Akers with the Rams right now. He had that injury that Yahoo forgot to tell me and Tim at the beginning of the fucking game.
You ain't lying.
And now his numbers are starting to come back up again to where they were.
Hey,
This is what's happening with Swift.
How about my man
He's
Ahmed,
For our Swift owners, you
Ahmed
better hope.
Raw St. Brown?
Yeah, he
Raw.
is.
He's a beast.
He is looking
And just,
legit. Jared Goff isn't looking awful
I know,
either.
and that's the
Jared
thing.
Goff is looking all right.
Minnesota may have won, but Detroit's
Yes.
kind of low key tough. I'm liking
Detroit
them.
could make a surprise appearance in the playoffs.
And I mean,
That
I know
low-
this wasn't
that
one of the
low seed.
games. I know this wasn't one of the games we were really gonna get on. But now that you say that,
I was
I
hyped on
like
it.
Jared Goff. I feel bad for him,
I know.
getting kicked off the Rams basically and saying,
I
"Yeah,
know.
we."
Yeah.
He didn't perform.
But I hope that
Yeah.
he's able to finish and have a decent career with the Lions. Like I hope they can be competitive because I like Goff.
He's gonna get
Or-
Stafford, and then eventually he'll get a ring at the end of his career. Like he's a good quarterback. He's just he's gonna be stuck with Detroit for a long time.
Well, the way this coach with Detroit is,
Yeah,
might not be bad. He's building something over there.
he is. He
Maybe.
definitely is. That
You're
offense
building.
that offense is tough.
I'm gonna say they get a couple key pieces. They're in there.
I don't want to talk about this game. This is the game I was
Your
stuck.
wife doesn't want to talk about.
No, she doesn't. This was the game I was stuck fucking watching.
The Philadelphia Eagles embarrassed the Washington Commandos,
Yes, they did.
24-8, in a game where Washington scored their first points on a safety early in the fourth quarter. The offense wouldn't add anything until Antonio Gibson scored with 2 minutes left in the game. Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Eagles, impressed again, putting up 340 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Eagles wide receivers Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown combined for 13 catches for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz filed a restraining order after the game against the Eagles defense, who sacked him 9 times.
Right.
That's for you, Ashley.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
AJ Brown did his thing, man.
Okay, I quick, because I know I said we weren't going to talk on some of these other segments and let Tim do his little, but God strike me dead. I will always love AJ Brown. Okay, he's always always a Titan in my heart. I understand what happened. I'm mad that he left. But that man is making Jalen Hurts look like he's a quarterback. Okay, Jalen Hurts does not look like a quarter. It's the fucking receivers that they have making him look good. Devontae Smith fucking even popped off.
Yeah,
thank God he did. But yeah, AJ Brown, I love you. We miss you over here in Nashville, bud. I hope you're enjoying Philly. They have a cracked Liberty Bell.
Anyway, to find out more about that story, make sure you check out Brothers Chatter.
Thank you. I was setting that up.
Texans quarterback Davis Mills threw an interception to allow the Chicago Bears to kick a game-winning field goal as time expired. Bears running back Khalil Herbert was the star of this contest with 157 rushing yards on 20 carries and 2 touchdowns. I'll tell you what, Herbert, just real quickly, might have, I don't know, he could be stealing the starting job from Montgomery over there.
I'm going to be honest, dude. I saw this game. That's one of the few I didn't watch or watch highlights on.
Nope.
Yeah. There wasn't much other than Herbert having 157 rush yards. There wasn't much going.
For all you fantasy guys who takes fantasy very fucking seriously, like I do, and you do a lot of scouting and fucking reading reports and stuff, and everybody said how Kmet, the Chicago Bear tight end, is going to be a big fucking piece this year, and he's going to put up fucking numbers because he's a red zone tight end, and he finally got 6 points for us. Fuck you, Chicago.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars steamrolled over the San Diego Chargers 38-10. The heavily favored Chargers struggled to do much of anything on offense. Jacksonville was able to find success on the ground and in the air, and were only forced to punt 1 time.
Can we not hype this up, Tim? I meant to snap you earlier today.
It was an upset.
Let's not hype this game. Okay. You got me chewing mad as shit.
Jacksonville was last place last season. And I know the Chargers aren't the greatest, but still. 38-10.
Did you see the pregame for Herbert? The motherfucker had exactly what Tyrod Taylor had last season when they almost killed him. Okay? So let's not forget that. So Herbert said, I'm playing this game, but I'm not getting that fucking shot. Okay?
I remember that. I saw that.
So Herbert played this game, and everybody, because I watched on Sunday mornings, I watched the NFL, like the fantasy talk they do on, I think, ESPN2 or whatever it is. And they all were like, sit him. Because the injury he has, it would be hard for him to throw the football. Now, as the Chargers managing staff and coaching staff, don't know why they allowed this guy to go out there and play this week. It showed Jacksonville is not awful. Trevor Lawrence is starting to make something for himself in the NFL now. Took him a little bit, but he's here. I still think Jacksonville has a long way to go. This game I'm putting an asterisk on it. When your star quarterback, who normally throws 300-400 yards a game, is hurt, like, you got to put an asterisk.
We'll see the real test this coming week. They play the Eagles.
Who?
Jacksonville.
They're going to. I mean, they're not there yet to be the team.
They're not.
But we'll see.
That'll be interesting.
If I will say this, if they keep it within 7 points or less, still lose, I'll give them credit on Tuesday again. But I see that 2.5 score game.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's gonna be tough.
The LA Rams defense keeps Arizona Cardinals out of the end zone for a 20-12 win. Hollywood Brown ties a team record with 14 catches for 140 yards. There he
They said
is.
I would be dumb for snagging him on fantasy, but your boy know what he doing.
Well, when
You
hopefully
just
he's gonna
got
be
lucky
consistent.
for a week.
I mean, when he was on the Ravens, he was never a catch guy. He's a deep threat.
Yeah, facts.
So
And when
I don't
Hopkins
see him
comes back-
consistently doing that.
That
but-
just
When
shows
Hopkins
Ravens
comes
defense
back,
sucks.
when Hopkins comes back, mark my words, Hollywood Brown going to average some good numbers because everybody's going to be like, "Oh, D-Hop." But can I say this now? The rant that last year was a fluke. That was like, now I'm really starting to think the NFL is fucking rigged. There's no way you go from the Super Bowl fucking winning fucking
I'll
franchise
tell you why.
to that. Von Miller.
Von Miller.
I know.
I
And you know what? I
was gonna say
agree.
Odell.
Odell, yeah, okay. Von and Odell. No, Odell helped them in that playoff.
They did, but that defense is completely different without
Yeah.
Von Miller
Aaron Donald has been good his entire career,
until this year.
but well, no, he got put on a pedestal last year because, like I told you before, it's like, do you double team Von Miller or double team Aaron Donald? Either one's gonna fucking kill us. So we're just gonna pick one every other play. Somebody that will let them share sacks this game, and that's what they did. Now Aaron Donald is showing one. I think he's getting a little up there.
Mm-hmm. Football's a
Matthew
young
Stafford.
man's game.
Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford still. I like him. I'm glad he won the ring. Can we get over it now this year? They're not there anymore. Akers is still fucking injured. The only thing you have
more carries though.
the facts. I still have him on my bench though. But
Tim, you're leaning.
Cooper Kupp's the only promising thing you have right now.
Tim,
pretty much.
Tim, you're leaning.
Huh?
You're leaning.
What do you mean?
So
You said you put it up so you would stop
Oh.
leaning. I was just trying to.
Well,
Oh,
no, I'm
I
good.
was
No,
trying to
I'm
help you.
intentionally doing that. I don't want it right in my face.
I was just trying to help you.
Two future Hall of Fame quarterbacks squared off for perhaps the last time.
That
Aaron
was a-
Rodgers
I
and
hope
the
so.
Packers defeated
Yeah.
Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a low-scoring affair, 14-12. Tom Brady led the offense down the field for a last-second touchdown to bring Tampa Bay within 2 points as time expired. Tampa Bay lined up for a 2-point conversion, but they suffered a delay of game call. The final play was unsuccessful. The big hot thing with this story is, though, Aaron Rodgers being interviewed after the game said he saw something on the Jumbotron
Yeah.
that he said Tampa Bay probably shouldn't have had up there, especially at home, and he just let the right people know. I don't know. I'm curious as to what he saw.
Apparently, he saw the play. He saw them calling the play, or he saw the play, and he saw it on the jumbotron and let his team know.
So, like, what? A picture of the coach, like, and he saw the card or something like that? or-
Something like that. I don't know. He didn't say what
Okay.
it was. He's like, that's just something that shouldn't have been shown. When you're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Rodgers is just the biggest fucking shit stir still ever.
I have that. I put that as a little note. 'cause
Yeah.
He's just trolling us.
It could be. I mean,
I don't know how we call this America's game for the week.
I was so excited when this game came on at 4:25. So I was like, you know what? Out of all the four o'clock games, this one could be like. I was excited because I'm like, is Tom Brady going to come out that fucking show he's in, break free? Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, regardless who he has. And I watched this game and I looked at my dad and I said, yeah, I would rather watch Madden football. You pick two random teams and you put the controller in the fucking middle and you watch the CPU battle it out.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Both of them, are you getting the Brett Favre feel from these guys? Like, and the
Yes.
Big Ben feel like enough is enough,
Yes.
guys. Let's just call this quits
Especially Brady.
before you steal fucking state money. It's like, let's just end this.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it now. I'm gonna fucking throw this out there on camera, recorded, blah blah blah. Tom Brady got cancer.
He looks. I've been saying for the last couple of years. I've seen. It looks like there's something wrong with him.
I'm saying this man got cancer, and he's waiting until after the season to say something. Because then now it's like, oh my god, Tom Brady's last year he fucking sucked. Yeah, I played a whole season with cancer. and then it's gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm calling it now. There's something wrong with this man. You were not in the best shape of your life last year. At your age, and now you're skin and bone. There is something going on fucking medically with you.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. The Atlanta Falcons win their first game of the season as Cordero. I always say his name wrong.
Cordero
Patterson.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
Cordero.
that's how I've always said it. It's Cordero.
Huh.
Patterson leads the team with a career high 141 rushing yards. Aside from his success on the ground, the highlight of the game was a 5-minute delay in the fourth quarter because of an unauthorized drone flying in the area of around the field.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was watching this game.
I don't care.
When the Tampa Bay game got boring, I put the end of that one on. It was a good game.
It was close.
It was actually good.
Nets.
No, we're hitting this one.
In a game that resembled that of a table tennis score, Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos pulled out the win 11-10 over the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm done.
The sound of boos were a consistent sound throughout the game as neither team was able to move the ball very well. On a play that may have changed the outcome of the game, Niners quarterback stepped back deep in his end zone, Jimmy Garoppolo, and backpedaled out of bounds with pressure in his face. Surprisingly, the safety that resulted was actually the best outcome as he actually threw a pick six on that. Fortunately for the backup, the catch and return didn't count. San Francisco also didn't help themselves as they had 3 additional turnovers.
Still won, baby. Still won.
I was so hyped, man. I was so hyped because I was like, you know what, man? Fate just fucked San Francisco, and Jimmy G is coming back in this motherfucker. And Jimmy G, you just blew it. You fucking blew any chance you had for a fucking like rise up story now.
Yeah, and then he stepped out the end zone. Yeah.
And Eli from the Lions.
Hey, and Eli Manning is fucking hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow, when did he get it? It must be the Chad Powers in him because he's not
Chad
wrong.
Powers.
You should fucking pay your punter, restructure Russell Wilson's deal to the punter's contract, and let your punter have the fucking 245.
Hey, our punter did
Russell
his thing.
Wilson looks fucking awful.
But our punter did his thing.
And at this point in time, you can't even say it's Russell Wilson, solely Russell Wilson.
No, it's not solely. Did you watch the game?
Who?
The receivers are not catching balls that are hitting them right in the chest. Russell is the one who he got most of the first downs on using his feet. He's throwing balls to his receivers. They're not catching them, hitting them. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but he needs to get out there and catch a million fucking balls just for practice. I don't care. He's dropping passes in his fucking chest. Russell's the one who was getting the first downs on his feet.
Can we have a fan of us or one of us, Tim probably, because he likes stuff like this. I want to see the statistic next week on Russell Wilson's incomplete, like bad thrown to drop passes. Because you know the NFL keeps this shit. Because I guarantee you bad throws is higher than drop passes.
Write it down now.
Yeah, they don't. I don't know. There's not really a stat for bad throws, but I'm sure someone.
It is.
Because you can Google it.
You can look at
the football player knows.
Well, I'm telling you, you can look at incomplete passes, like total incomplete passes for Russell Wilson for the year, and then you can look up the number drop passes for Denver, and then you just subtract that number from the incomplete. You know what I mean?
Got you.
By the way, your sign looks like it says just welcome to the show.
I know. I pulled my mic up to get into it tonight.
Do you want that in PDF format?
Whatever you feel. I would like a nice slideshow with it.
Okay, got you.
Like 2 slide max, though.
Got you.
Your title and then the stats. I don't want you to drag that shit out like your Giants did last night.
In the final game of Week 3, one of the biggest rivalries in NFL closed us out. The Dallas Cowboys. Man, that hurts.
It should.
beat the New York Giants 23-16 in a game where both teams were pretty successful on the ground. As in the past, Dallas running backs Ezekiel Elliott and Troy Pollard seemed to gain at least 5 yards on almost every carry.
Yeah.
Giants running back Saquon Barkley didn't have the same success, but he was able to score in a 36-yard scamper that was set up by quarterback Daniel Jones' legs, who had a decent game on the ground as well. While the scoring didn't really break open until the second half, the Giants found themselves missing coverages left Cowboys receivers wide open at times. Cowboys defense was able to win on a solid pass rush that pressured Daniel Jones on almost half of his dropbacks, resulting in 5 sacks. Dallas's top receiver, CeeDee Lamb, scored what would end up being the difference in the game on a one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone. And I have to give credit. It was a nice catch.
It was.
And Sterling Shepard is missing his ACL now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your twin.
Cool.
To take away from this game, yeah, I mean,
Giants defense looked solid in the first half.
yes.
But then they came out and scored, and then Dallas scored 2 unanswered touchdowns.
Yeah.
Saquon is still, I think Saquon's still back this year.
Mhm.
You're not going to get it done with that. I was an advocate for Daniel Jones. I was. I think last night just proved that Daniel Jones is going to be that backup. He's going to be the Jimmy G that should probably just not start. He's nice to have around, but I think it's time that, which I think New York already has done with them not picking up that 5th-year option for him anyway. I think they know it's time. Losing Shepard that's crushing, but who is the other guy you have?
Sills?
I have him on fantasy, huh? No, it's the dude with the dreads.
Tony.
No.
Who has not done? No,
It's
Tony
not
has.
Tony.
Really
It's not Tony. It's not Tony.
Galladay, but Kenny Galladay doesn't have dreads.
No, it's literally this guy has come out of fucking nowhere.
Oh, it was some guy with the last name James. Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, R. James Jr.
I don't know who that is, but I saw
Guy
he
has
had
come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He looks promising. Dallas, fuck Cooper Rush. I was so hoping for you to have a good game because I wanted to just Roger Wiener, but this was awful. So I went to bed at halftime. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? See, I didn't think this was as
Yeah,
bad as some of the other
I
games.
hated
Or maybe
that.
that's because I'm a Giants fan and it's a big rivalry. It's
No,
in my
I
opinion,
was
it's always
actually,
good.
I enjoyed this game better than I did the Broncos game.
Well, yeah, that game sucked too, but I don't like.
Enjoyed it better than the Tennessee game, too.
I would have said if it was my team playing, I would have watched it, but I don't know. I wasn't there. Like the Giants' whole TikTok beforehand. I know it wasn't their personal TikTok, but like the whole hype video that went viral for them. That got me so hyped for the game. And you start watching, you're like, holy fuck! It's like watching like a game with like replacement players almost.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching Zeke Elliott, but like fat. You're watching Pollard, but like slower. Then you're watching Cooper Rush and Daniel Jones. It's like the 2 white guys that hang out at like the fucking water cooler on lunch breaks, you know? It's like, what am I watching?
Well, and then CeeDee Lamb, while he was the hero there at the end, did you see that drop pass? That was a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
It was
100%
right
that
off
was a
his
touchdown.
fingers.
Yep.
Taking away from this game, I think Dallas has a better chance at winning the division anyway. Especially since now they're 1 up on the Giants. And when they see each other again, I think Dak will be back.
Probably.
So, I don't know. I was rooting for the Giants. I was hoping. They beat us week 1. I want to see Daniel Jones win that spot, like earn everybody's respect. But this was your chance, man. Monday Night Football, Daniel Jones, and you fucking blew it. You blew it. Worse than Mark Sanchez and the fucking punter from Miami blew it. You fucking blew it. At least you didn't trip over your own feet this time.
More than Kim Kardashian blew it.
That one was rough.
Facts.
All right. Well, that is week 3 in the NFL.
Make sure you guys come back next Tuesday. Or whatever day the video's up.
Whatever.
We go live. I mean, we're not live. We record every Tuesday for fucking football. Hopefully, Marine gets that uploaded on Wednesday.
Might be tonight.
Let us know in the comments so if maybe we do a live episode Tuesdays for football. Let us know what you would think.
Maybe.
All right, catch us next time.
Later.